Boom, monkeys. Welcome back to the Crypto Boogie channel. Freaking tacos and kimchi episode numero 30 with my amigo, Mr. Twinkie. Freaking Happy New Year, Twinksters. It is now 2025. We are approaching we just finished our 60-day cycle. If everything panned out correctly on Bitcoin, bro, and we may be pumping to the upside, man. Let's see which way the market takes us, son. What about you, Twinksters? How you doing over there in your neck of the woods, bro?
Yeah. Just enjoying this fine New England weather and whatnot. It's been something else. Let's see here. Had entirely too much good food over the holidays, and just kind of grinding along, man. We were talking off stream, researching a lot this whole AI agent meta, which we're not going to get too much into tonight, but eating, sleeping, breathing that, making some moves on that front. I am going to quickly plug myself on here. If you follow me on Twitter, go to the list section. I have an AI agent list you can follow. It is all of the key influencers and key projects I am following. So literally, if you go to that list, everything I look at every day for the AI agent stuff, you too will be able to follow the exact same thing.
Yeah, make sure you monkeys do that, man. Twinkie's got a lot of alpha when it comes to AI. We're covering some shit, bro. It's very intriguing. Twinkie, I wish I wasn't always on the go. For a long time, I told you I needed a crypto laptop I could take with me, bro. And it's improved my efficiency. I can give you that.
100%.
But I'm not as efficient as I need to be, as I'm always in a fucking vehicle from point A to point B all the fucking time, dude. You know what I'm saying? So, Twinkie, dude, that data, bro, that data is invaluable, what you're getting, bro.
Shout out to everyone on Twitter, Twitter itself. I know people have a mixed opinion of Elon the last several days about a number of topics, but the tool itself for finding information and being able to reach certain people that I otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to interact with has been great. It's definitely turned me on to a few things and turned me on to some new tools and resources. So I'm overall, thumbs up as far as using it as a tool to cultivate and identify new sources of information.
Yeah, Twinkie, I was talking to my boy Kennedy, bro, and he had mentioned to me that the new iPhone 16, in some type of way, Siri integrates itself with ChatGPT. Have you heard anything about that, man? He mentioned that it can do that or something of that nature.
Yeah, only peripherally, and you can actually get to Copilot through Windows and stuff like that. And there's a little bit of a controversy, but with new laptops shipping with at the time it was like Copilot would be enabled out of the box and record all your keystrokes and kind of understand what you're doing to try to help you out in the future. I was like, fuck no. Next thing you know, that thing's going to be scraping my goddamn seed phrase. Oh, PSA for those using, I think you pronounce it Tangem, Tangem, that wallet solution. PSA, you might want to move off of that. It looks like under a number of conditions, they accidentally leaked seed phrases from the wallet. So if you're using that solution, your seed phrase may be compromised. Go fucking get a Trezor.
Yeah, man. Cross your T's and dot your I's, man. Dude, Twinkie, I've got so many Trezors, bro. I'm thinking about getting another one and moving all my coins there a fifth time, a sixth time. Dude, I'm just so fucking nervous, bro, about fucking some of my shit getting hacked or some of my shit getting compromised.
I'd post this up on one of the chats, and then we can keep cruising onto other things here. Somebody got, thankfully not anyone from our direct group, but it was a post I was reading. Somebody got drained because they stored their seed phrase in a Google Docs file, Google Documents file. I was like, politely, you fucking moron.
Yeah, man. Yeah. At least you can be a little bit ninja about it, bro. If you know how to use fucking Photoshop a little bit, maybe put your seed phrases in a photo that you always revisit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I still wouldn't do that. But if you're adamant that you're not going to do it, bro, at least do that, man. And I still would advise that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Analog is definitely the way to go on that one. So anyway, sorry to hear the dude got wrecked. So I think about this too, right? It's easy for me to say right now, but thinking back to where we started our crypto adventures and not necessarily fully understanding best practices when you're first getting into the space, and then all of a sudden the way you did it originally becomes the way you should be do it. Not necessarily that way is correct, but it's the force of habit type situation, right? And humans were generally pretty lazy, so I bet that dude started with it and never really thought about it, even as that person learned more, and it was never like, okay, time for me to migrate off of this thing and just treat this wallet as dead or as a condom wallet.
Dude, every homeboy that I've ever onboarded onto crypto, bro, first thing I ask him, did you download the wallet? Yeah. Now, let me ask you an important question. Did you screenshot the fucking picture? He goes, of course I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you screenshot your seat? Of course I did. And like, nope, start again, bro. Fucking start again. Do it again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we like fucking path of least resistance, bro. It's just the way. Even in shooting, it's the same way, Twinksters. Even popping rounds, bro. Recoil always runs down the path of least resistance, homie. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, and that's the one you can't come back from, right? Like in principle, if you connect it to a drainer site, not saying that wallet wouldn't get smoked or you wouldn't get drained or whatever, but in principle, you could do something like revoking all the permissions and the like, right? From there, though, it just gets progressively worse. Like if you had some sort of malware on your system that's periodically causing your wallet to send out, to an absolute worst case, your seed phrase is compromised. And your seed phrase being compromised, that's the one you can't come back from.
Yeah, exactly,
like,
bro.
There's no undo on that.
All right, let us acknowledge the people in the chat as we move forward with the memes. And since we mentioned Elon Musk, I do have a couple of Elon Musk memes. Brandon Seifert, let's freaking go. Shout out to you, amigo. First person in the chat. My homie, freaking Damien, Diamonds and Fire. Moon-pilled Rational Optics, bro. Hit that like button on your way here from the Dynamic AC DACing duo. Hey, yeah, man, make sure you do that. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. I got my homie Twinkie freaking mentioned as well here. You can click on that link. It'll take you over to his YouTube channel. And I've got all his data at the bottom, monkey. So you can go ahead and follow him on fucking Instagram, on his OnlyFans, and a little bit of Twitter, man. We got my other homie over here, Rhino927. All right. We got freaking Fallout Zone and Diamond Hand Degenerate, always investing in that freaking 9-inch token, bro. And then he says, big homie Boogie, make the RSI flip upwards, please, sir. It's on its way there, man. It's on its way there, homie. It's on its way there, man.
Yes, but no, right? Like that RSI being low, right? Gives you the opportunity to buy into it, assuming it's a good project.
Yeah. Assuming you're not tired of fucking buying since we did Twinkies since 2020 fucking one. I'm saying,
we were discussing some level of heresy off stream, and I'll just say like a lot of it involves like giga numbers and maybe how I can re-roll some of that money, but I need to hit certain price targets first. So yes, I will I will sell some giga to take some profits to throw and to sprinkle into other projects.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Twinkie, you're gonna have a stream on Saturday. You mentioned.
Yeah, looking at Saturday where I can cover a lot more of this AI stuff, because I know in some of the chats I'm getting a lot of questions about it. Obviously, I've mentioned I've got that Twitter list. I encourage everyone to follow that. It makes it real easy to condense some of these sources of information. I was showing Boogie some of the tools I'm using off stream. So I'm going to cover all that, most likely this Saturday, probably Saturday evening.
Boom. There you go, monkeys. There you go. Now, let us move on to the freaking memes, if I can find them for you. I think I got him here. Oh, no. Here we go. Here we go, monkeys. I started a little bit early for you, but this shit had me fucking rolling. Can you see the freaking meme, Twinkie?
Yes.
Here we go. Oh, my gosh. Look at her facial expressions, bro. Here we go.
Let's make something not Italian.
Lipsticks are single use. She speaks in uppercase. She even talks behind her own back. One sneeze and everyone is drenched. Microphone not needed. When she gets head, she also gets shoulders, knees, and toes. She can sing 2 songs at once. Her smile has 6 different time zones. It's diabolical. She eats pickles sideways. Her kisses take 2 business days. She takes selfies on panorama mode. Her French kisses include Spain and Budapest.
Twinkie, when I saw that, bro, I couldn't fucking stop laughing, dude. Oh my fucking goodness, dude. And then her facial expressions meet all the freaking statements everybody's making, bro. Now, my
Yeah,
question
yeah. She's
was that AI that sung that fucking song, dude?
probably as far as like some of the commentary and like I'm sure they like punch it in and do it in this style. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, bro, that was fucking epic, dude. All right, man. What else we got here, man? If you guys, all right, since this is taco and kimchi, a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of Asian here, man. You wake up at Diddy's house, bro.
Tu madre, ¿qué me estás haciendo, ¿Qué te pasa, vos, hijo de puta? ¿Y qué hago aquí, madre? ¿Por qué te estás metiendo en mi cuarto, pues? Con tu madre, ¿qué hago aquí? Dale para afuera. Come mierda, ¿y cómo llegué aquí, vos? Ay, ¿qué que ver? Que sí. Tu madre, ¿qué me hiciste? ¿Qué ando negociando? Agradecer que te vestí, maje. Chulón te hubiera quedado. Va para afuera, que si es lo que le pasa a la mala que viene a meter a mi cuarto. Hijo de la puta. ¿Qué? ¿Y para qué anda metiéndote en los cuartos que no te mierda, hijo de puta? Váyase a la verga, ve. Parece el podar y vos, hijo de puta. Váyase a la verga, ve. Y a la próxima, maje, no te he visto. Me duele.
Oh my gosh, bro. Don't stay at Diddy's house, Twinkie. Don't do that, man.
If Diddy did diddle dudes, how many dudes did Diddy diddle?
That is a lot, man. It's like Disney does a dildo. How many Disney does he do, bro? All right, going to the Asian side of things in Southeast Asia, bro. Here for Mr. Twinksters himself, bro. Here we go.
草丛中盛开着火红的花朵，我的心就再次停泊。天空中落下了遍地的牧歌，原来是你从这里经过。
She got fucking pissed, Twinkie. Oh my goodness, bro.
Stupid games.
Yeah, stupid games, stupid prizes, bro. Here we go. Let me pull one more up, Twinksters. Uno más.
Yeah.
Here we go. Y aquí estamos con uno más, Twinksters. Here you go, man. This is from Elon himself, bro, making fucking making fucking crypto memes. It says, yes, hello, IRS. So client bought $7,000 worth of Cum Rocket and staked it for 3 months, turned 6,900% interest. Then they sold and took the profits to invest in NFT titties, but the dev rugged the project and they only managed to liquidate 10% of the funds. Can the client deduct gas fees for minting and balance out the short-term capital gains from the cummies?
Hello.
And that's coming from Elon Musk himself, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That is shit posted.
Yeah, man. That's the way it is, Twinksters. That's the way it is, man.
Never mind. See ya.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Oh my goodness, bro. I think he gets confirmed in approximately 4 days, my friend Twinkster. On January the 6th is when he gets confirmed as president, and then he gets inaugurated on the 20th.
On the 20th, yes, sir.
Let's see how fucking crazy it gets on the 20th, son. Let's see how.
All right, let's just like quickly acknowledge the news, right? So like obviously there was New Orleans, which looks like some form of terrorist attack, but also too there was the exploding Tesla Cybertruck in front of Trump Tower.
Yeah.
Which is all sorts of sketchy, right? Like I guess I'm going to call them both terrorists. I know we're awaiting further information. I quite frankly don't trust a lot of the FBI information coming out. But my understanding is they were on the same military base. They had served on the same base, and they rented rented trucks from like the same company, same location.
Yeah.
And supposedly the guy in the Trump Tower, I'm going to call it Trump Tower bombing, I think I read he was a Green Beret and evidently like allegedly shot himself in the head with a Desert Eagle moments before the explosion. And I was like, this all sounds really strange, but the body was too far gone for them to make really good positive IDs. Although they did say they had some tattoos. They found, I believe, like a passport and a photo, which was like, I guess, relatively unscathed. The whole thing sounds extra bizarro world to me.
Yeah. Supposedly the guy that, well, I never heard that part of the story that he shot himself with a DE, man.
That's what I had read on Twitter.
Yeah.
If I read on the internet, so it must be true. So
from I think it's our CJ Talks. He's got a pretty good freaking channel posting on news. He had mentioned that individual was a former Green Beret, bro, also at Fort Bragg, and his wife was a big time politician. She was very anti-MAGA. But being anti-MAGA doesn't necessarily mean, bro, that you end up freaking blowing your spouse ends up blowing himself up in front of a fucking Trump Tower, if anything. And then somebody that's former SF, bro, I just don't know, man. Those guys are pretty fucking mentally strong, dude. I don't think they do something as stupid as that.
Yeah, like to get through their selection. And also, too, I recognize people have different MOSs and different experiences in the right, but I would say, like, okay, if this dude was, special forces and the like, or an operator on that front, I would think he would have done some level of homework to understand how overall resilient the Cybertruck would be. So like, there's just too many things that don't add up, right? So like, okay, maybe this was a person who was having mental issues and not thinking in a somewhat rational fashion, or maybe this dude is just like a patsy, like being framed up for something.
Yeah, man. So, and I'm expecting a lot more now on the Sean Ryan show, bro. I don't know if you're familiar with his podcast, bro. He was a former SEAL.
Love Sean Ryan. Love Sean Ryan. He's part of the reason I got one of my rigs set up for a 36-yard zero.
That's what I'm talking about, son.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. What rifle is that, Twinkie?
One of my ARs.
Yeah, that's what we zero in the Marine Corps, bro. The M16 at least. And we do a 36-yard zero, and then we can pull it all the way back to 500 yards.
Yeah,
yes.
It helps with those holdovers, right? Like just like Sean's like, look, put it in the CD, and it'll all be here within this distance. Cool. I don't have to think about things.
Yeah. Now he did have a certain guest. I think she was not a CIA operative, but I think she was a CIA agent, bro. And she did mention that there's multiple Al-Qaeda cells within the United States, bro, specifically to conduct these types of attacks, and they could go live at any time. That's as per her statement. You know
look at how porous the border has been.
Yeah, it's been pretty fucking wide open, bro. And Biden did confirm, bro, that the recent freaking truck that they did use to do multiple, that they use as an assault weapon, as an assault vehicle, it was an assault truck, Twinkie. He did have a ISIS flag hoisted in the back of it.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's what's going on in the news right now with that stated, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let's just get through the next few weeks and then figure out, what the next array of challenges will be.
Yeah. Let's see what ends up happening with this shit. But let us move on forward with boring ass Bitcoin, and then we can hit up some of the other tokens. By the way, monkeys, today we're going to cover a little bit of freaking BTC, some ETH. We're going to do a little bit of Solana, some GigaChad. I was going to cover Pulse Chain and Hex, but may as well just go over Hex, bro. If you follow one of the tokens like Hex or Pulse Chain, they pretty much run in tandem, bro. Whichever way one goes, that's the same way the other one goes, bro. And then if there is time, we are going to hit up a little bit of Phantom. That's quite a list of coins there, Twinksters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Realistically speaking, this is the year I think everyone's kind of been waiting for. I'm going to overly simplify a little bit here, but generally speaking, once you get to the bottom of the bear market, BTC overall has like a really strong 3-year uptrend. And then, you might have a peak in year 4 / downtrend, whereas kind of the alts, a lot of the alts are going to be fairly quiet for a good chunk of those 3 years. And then year 4, everything's going gangbusters. And obviously we're looking for some repeats of that. And fingers crossed, this is the year. And then I'm going to take my money, disappear into Colombia, do mountains of cocaine, tons of LSD, a lot of hookers, and I will probably die very badly. But at least it'll be an interesting story.
You're wild, Twinkie. Wild, bro. Southeast Asia, man. That's the route I'll probably take, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We'll have to go visit Magnus.
Yeah, see how he's doing, man. See how Magnus is doing, bro. All right, moving on to boring ass Bitcoin. Bitcoin's current value is at approximately 97,035. It does seem we're starting to freaking shoot up. Maybe this is a freaking ascending scallop. Or if we do end up freaking doggone pulling up over here. So if we do come up this way and then we pull back a little bit, then we would have a cup and handle. If that ends up happening, if not, what we could end up doing is a little bit of an ascending scallop, keep up, shooting up this way, and then continue up on that trend. Now, mind you, the area that we do need to beat in the immediate time frame is this uptrend right here. So you could possibly say about 101,820, but then we would ultimately have to compromise. Let me draw it up again. We would have to compromise this fucking this doggone freaking Twinkie. I'm at a loss for words today, bro. This fucking trend line. We would need to compromise this trend line that is going in an upward fashion. You know what I'm saying? So what price range is that? Let's check that out, man. Now, that area could be at about 114,261. It would not surprise me if we do respect this trend as we go to the upside, if anything, man. If we activate our EMA ribbon, it's evident that we are still bullish here on the daily, but the EMA ribbon is starting to crunch up a little bit. And I'm sure you guys can notice that. I've already explained the EMA ribbon multiple times. But one thing I did pick up on is that our 60-day cycle may be in already, Twinksters. So we're currently at about day possibly number 4. But the low that we did get was here at 56. And it looked like it respected that one freaking area of daily support at approximately 91,218. So let's see if the trend continues to the upside. Now, if we activate our RSI, see which way RSI is telling us we're going. You could tell that we are starting to trend to the upside, but we still do need to push up a little bit more. We're slightly above that buy zone, and currently the point ratio that we're at about 51.86. Usually I like buying anything below 50. That's the area I like to buy my freaking tokens. We do have the Bollinger Bands here as well. And they're indicating that we do need to compromise this 20 moving average. So we do need to get above that before we continue fighting the next battle, which would be up over here at about 97,000, give or take, to possibly 98,000 before we continue fighting to the ups. I'm sorry, not 98,000, to about 101,000 to $687, somewhere around that time frame. Now, if we check out Bitcoin on the weekly, you can see here on the weekly, we did seem like we finished that fifth portion of its Elliott wave, and we're starting to trend a little bit in a downward fashion. Now, if I turn on my EMA ribbon here, you can see that we still have support over here at about 82,338, but I do think we will turn bullish a little bit. Now, mind you, we may get a little bit of a dip as well if people start selling some of their freaking crypto freaking profits so they can pay off some of the taxes, if anything. But I think maybe that'll be in the time frame of February, Twinksters. What do you think, man, as far as that goes, as far as crypto taxes goes?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Realistically speaking, I think we definitely saw some of that selling, some of those outflows at the, let's say, back stretch of December as people were looking to lock up profits and potentially improve financial situations or have some level of cash on hand going into 2025. Yeah. So would not be surprised. You got anything you want to add on the BTC price chart? I got one on the BTC dominance once you free up on it. So, all right, cool. Why don't you finish up on that one, and then we can talk about the BTC dominance chart. Sure,
Twinksters. Well, there's not much to tell here on the weekly, bro. If I activate the EMA ribbon tends to be a little bit more bullish. Right now, it's trending a little bit more bullish than what it is on the daily, which is fine. That usually can just indicate that we don't have a lot of strength on the daily, but on the weekly, we're still pretty damn strong. And, of course, the weekly matters more than the daily. But if I pull up the MACD on this, you can tell that we're significantly bullish, bro. You can see that the blue line does want to tend to start freaking trending sideways while the red line's starting to climb. So, but I think for the most part, we're still good. That can trend differently, bro, within a couple of days, if anything. But for the most part, those are the areas we do need to compromise, man. Twinksters, go ahead with that Bitcoin dominance you wanted to show us.
Yeah, real quickly, Boogie, by your count, roughly what day of the cycle are we on?
I think I saw 56, if I remember correctly.
All right. I think I got like 58, 59 on my count, but let's say, generally speaking, we should be close to the end of the cycle on this one. So really what I just wanted to briefly acknowledge was BTC dominance. So for those not familiar with what this represents, if you look at the total crypto market cap, this is the portion of the market that is effectively in Bitcoin represented as a percentage. So you can see back in June, I drew some of these different trend lines over here just to try to map some stuff out. I also started dating a number of my trend lines because I was looking at my different lines. I'm like, when the hell did I put this line there? When did I think this was particularly important? Because I wanted to be able to look back at something. So anyway, it's one of the things I started doing several months ago as part of this practice. And you can see this trend line I drew in June. We kind of dipped below it. Looks like we're starting to recover it. And what we know historically is if you...
Give me a second, Twiggy.
Yeah.
Pull that up one more time.
Yeah, it should be available. Let me try resharing this.
Go for it, Twingsters. There you go.
Cool. All right. So looking at these trend lines, this is the one I drew back in June. So you can see we fell below it a bit for BTC dominance, and then it's recovering, meaning in principle, either more capital is winding up in Bitcoin or Bitcoin's been more resilient. It may not necessarily be more money directly flowing into Bitcoin. It may simply be under certain conditions, it may hold up better if the market is sliding a bit. Anyway, what I'm looking at here is if you go back to 21, we knew back in around like March, April, May timeframe, we had some peaks over in BTC and the market. Then we had this dip, and then we had a second late peak in 21. So you can kind of see it in this zone right around here. If you look at what were the conditions that kind of preceded that, well, what you had was this big slide in BTC dominance leading to alt season, big slide in BTC dominance to alt season. In general, the whole market ended up getting somewhat depressed throughout going into 22, where we bottomed out, and then BTC dominance steadily increased over time. It looked like maybe a little bit of a tease, maybe a little bit of a fake out, maybe micro alt season here where we had this slide. It's looking like it's covering, maybe it's dancing around thinking about it. So what I'm kind of watching here, just visually eyeballing this chart, is kind of roughly speaking, we'll try to grab the meat and potatoes of it. Loosely speaking, this trend line, I want to see, or this horizontal, let's say support resistance, I want to see if it bounces off it and starts sliding downward again. And I think, once we get enough downward movement, we'll be able to say, okay, we're approaching, working through, gearing up for a significant alt season. I know Boogie and I are big fans of Rec Capital. He has his own theories about like week 6, 7, 8 typically are big correction. Week 9, you start to work your way out of it. I think on his count, we're roughly working through that process as we speak. But again, I am watching roughly this zone here on the BTC dominance chart. My personal theory and hypothesis is we're going to end up, when we're bottomed out on the BTC dominance, aka roughly peak alt season, you'll see this around the 42, 43%, just respecting this lower trend line down here.
Yeah, that's when you see them alts fucking run, bro.
Yeah, that's when you see me disappear, or I come back with a severe case of the sniffles.
Exactly, bro. I'm saying, Twinks, let me go ahead and freaking pull this up here. Now, one of the charts, let's see. Now, check this out, man. Since we're talking about Rec Capital, I did want to share one of his posts. It's not really a chart, but he did mention this. It says, it's 2025, a new BTC 4-year cycle has therefore begun. 2025 will be the year of BTC's full market peak. Oh, you're right, Twinkie. It does have the dollar signs there, man. 2026 will be the year of the Bitcoin market, and 2027 will be bottoming out year to precede an entirely brand new future bull market. And that's when we'll probably be buying some more Twinksters, if anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll be buying New Hampshire.
Yeah, by that time. You know what I mean? Now, before we move on to freaking Solana, I did want to cover a little bit of ETH, man. And then we can move on to a little bit more of the fun coins, if anything, bro.
Yeah, but, and don't do drugs, kids. Adults, hey, that's on you. I'm half serious, half joking.
Yeah, kids shouldn't be watching this fucking this show of anything, Pinky. You know what I'm saying? Unless you want to make them master fucking TA people, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay, let me take a real quick detour. This is kind of mad scientist side of things. I think they did a study with rats on this, and what they found was that if the male was exposed to cocaine through what they call epigenetic changes, the offspring were less likely to be cocaine addicts. Now, this wasn't an in the womb thing. This was the parent was exposed to cocaine. The male parent was exposed to cocaine, which means if you want to have boys, you should go do mountains of cocaine now so that they're immune to it in the future. I think that's how that works. I read it on the internet, so it must be true.
I think there's a service that you can pay for that. Pay for your son to be your kid to be a boy or a girl. You know what I'm saying? I think that's already existed for the past 6-7 years, if anything, bro. And
Yeah,
I
so
think
like
that's
what
a lot safer, Twinkie, than doing mountains of freaking
well,
cocaine.
so like the epigenetic study seems to infer that at least in rats, if the father does cocaine or has cocaine exposure, the kids are less likely to be cocaine addicts.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Wild, right? Anyway.
Yeah, man, make all that's a great excuse, bro. You get fucking caught with your spouse or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
What are you doing? Just prepping for my future offspring to make sure they're immune to cocaine.
Yeah, man. All right, here we go on ETH, man. So this is what I'm currently seeing on ETH, man. We did have the symmetrical triangle breakout. I did notice that this was a little bit of a bearish pennant, and you can see that we did end up breaking down to the downside, but we didn't end up dumping a lot, man. And you can see there's clear two value gaps above us, and it may be that we're starting to head that way, if anything. Now, I don't know if I have my 60-day cycle set up for this. I think we are currently at about day 47, bro. So that means if that is the end of our 60-day cycle and we're continuing forward, if anything, we would be on about day 14. If it's not, I would have to continue pushing it forward, and we would be at already about day 61. So I need to revise this one a little bit, Twinkie. But if anything, it does seem like we do have two fair value gaps above freaking Ethereum where it's currently at on the daily. And we have a bunch of other fair value gaps here at the bottom. They're just a little bit lighter, and you can't see them as clearly. You know what I'm saying? And one of them is on the weekly, and the rest of them are on the daily, if anything. Now, if we do end up running to the upside, first area, we do need to compromise, bro. If we do want to break to the upside and be sure that we're okay, we do at least need to beat this area of about 39.87. So that's about what? How many hundreds away? A couple hundreds away, if anything, man. If we activate the EMA ribbon on Ethereum, you can see that the EMA ribbon is starting to tighten up a little bit, which indicates that we may not have a lot of volatility to the upside, man. Let's see which way this ends up carrying us as far as ETH goes. Now, if I activate the MACD on this bad boy, let's go over here to the MACD. The MACD is one hell of a freaking tool that I do like to use, man. And you can see that we are somewhat bearish on the daily for ETH, but it does seem like it wants to cross over and start to turn bullish. You know what I mean? Now, usually the market tends to follow areas where you have significant fair value gaps, and you can see that we do have two of them above. Let's see if ETH moves up over there. If I put this sucker on the weekly and I activate the little tool here, you can see that we don't have any other huge fair value gaps to the upside, but we still have these big ones here at the bottom, man, if anything. If I activate the EMA ribbon here, you can see that we are still somewhat bullish on the weekly, but not so much on the daily for the EMA ribbon. So that's what I am currently seeing on ETH. It would not surprise me if we at least run up over here to about 38,063, bro, because usually the market tends to follow that way wherever you get those fair value gaps. You know what I'm saying? So not a lot of data on freaking Ethereum, if anything.
Yeah, I think we're all just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen with Ethereum on that front. Just a real quick note on some of the ETFs. I believe Franklin Templeton has a combination BTC Ethereum ETF slated to launch potentially as soon as this month. I know they got SEC approval for it, which, yeah, I think for let's say, boomer or more casual investor, maybe folks who aren't going to sit here and learn wallet, seed phrase management, identifying scams, DEX screener, DEX tools, all these other things. I want some level of exposure to the industry. Maybe they don't even want to go so far as to sign up for a Coinbase or a Kraken account. They want to go buy that ETF. Well, wouldn't it be great if you could have an exposure to what arguably the two blue chip assets of the cryptocurrency and blockchain space? So yeah, I could see that being very lucrative on that front. It's something I'll keep my eyes and ears open for. I just want to see how that ultimately lays out and works out, and what the potential market impact of that would be.
Yeah. Let's see which way it pushes the freaking markets, if anything. I mean, give it some time, bro. Boomers will come in as soon as we start feeling that FOMO, if anything, bro.
Here's one of the other things I think that's changing. We know Gensler is clock's ticking, buddy. He's on his way out imminently on that front. I bet we're going to see some changes and or new versions of ETFs where ETH staking will be totally okay.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Twinkie, you did have some freaking alpha on that shit, bro. The video that you showed me prior to us going live.
Yeah, yeah. Let me go snag that.
Pull that up.
Sure. Yeah.
Before,
Shout out
before we move on
to.
to the fun shit, I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. What do you got?
No, I was asking you if you could pull it up.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Give me 1 second here.
Go for it, Twinks.
Shout out to Shill Gates, who's been super active on Twitter. I know he's been on DCC's stream a couple times more recently.
Yeah, I saw that. Twinkie, while you looked for that, man, what did you do for New Year's, man?
Went over to a friend's place to ring in the New Year's, had a bunch of Mexican food and pizza and chicken, just like stuffed my face. And then that was pretty much it. Had a couple of drinks. Didn't want to get too wild, too rowdy. How about yourself, man? Anything noteworthy?
Twinkie, I drank 3 different types of tequilas. I spent a pretty penny. It wasn't too much, man. I bought El Luchador tequila. That's an anejo one. It's pretty good, bro. And then I drank some Cava de Oro. That's also an anejo. But hands down, bro, 1800 was where I was at, man. And that one's a little bit more run-of-the-mill, man. It's difficult to beat that one, dude. You know what I'm saying?
I'll take your word for it. I'm not a huge tequila guy. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. So regardless, man, dude, I had a blast. I had a good time. We popped at least about, $900 worth of fucking fireworks because you can do that shit here in Texas. You know what I mean? And then I got home, and I'm like, this isn't that bad. I woke the fuck up, and I'm like, I'm never drinking alcohol again, bro. Ever fucking again. Yeah. What did you say, Tricky?
Yeah. I was gonna say like until next time.
Yeah, until fucking next time, bro.
Until like in 2 weeks.
Yeah, man. Yeah, in 2 weeks, bro. Twinkie, I'm probably gonna. Yeah, I'll have a couple of drinks, bro. But I don't.
Yeah, I can't tie one on, man. I can't tie one. I can't live like that these days, man. Because here it is. Here's my thought on like to each their own, and that's what I say now. We'll see how it works out. I've harangued DCC enough, like, hey, don't forget the IVs this time. Like, we need the IV connects this time.
Yeah.
He's
right about that, man. He's right about
like,
that.
I ain't no spring chicken, these days. I definitely, I feel it more for sure these days. And I feel cloudy the next day, sometimes the next couple of days, like just mentally cloudy. And I'm like, this is not the time where I should be mentally cloudy. You know what I mean? Like, I'll probably, go full on retard after I secure some larger bags. But between here and there, I lock in, right?
Yeah. And Twinkie, I think about it. Okay, I know it's cliche, man. Everybody says, I'm going to change on the first, bro. And they say all this shit. I'm going to change on the first. On the first, I'm going to grind it out, bro. And for the most part, Twinkie, when I say that, for the most part, I'd say about 70% of the time I stick to whatever I want to do, bro, because I want to improve daily. And that didn't happen for me on the fucking first because I spent the whole fucking day recovering. So technically my first is today, Twinkie. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, like important point, right? Like, and as we know each other pretty well off stream, is you're a disciplined individual. One of the things I think that many people struggle with in the modern world is why wait for one day? Why not just make today day one? Like get there faster, and then you enjoy the benefits of all those changes for longer.
Yeah, because you want to continue fucking around, Twinkie. That's why.
Because it's fun as hell. That's why. This is fucking awesome. The day after, not so much. But in that period of time,
Oh my goodness, Twinkie! If I was only 20 again, I could do that. I can't.
Yeah. We just got to get on that all the designer drugs, right? Like the BPC 157, the HGH. Just give me the pharmaceutical grade cocktail, like the combination of like whatever Sylvester Stallone and Magic Johnson got. Yeah, give me that
Stallone
stuff.
Special, bro. The Stallone Special, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And Magic Johnson with the AIDS Vantage.
Yeah, man. Moonpill had Elijah Craig small batch whiskey, bro. Twinkie, I mean, do you fuck with whiskey, Twinkie? Or is it mostly just vodka?
It's vodka. Actually, my buddy got me. I think I might have mentioned this before. Like Hot Ones. There's a Hot Ones like collaboration vodka. I tried it. It's honestly not really good, but I figured I'd at least have some, just to have some. It's like a one drink thing. It's like a jalapeno hot sauce. I don't know. It's a spicy vodka. It's very interesting.
Sounds like an ass explosion, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I eat buffalo chicken omelets. In all honesty, like with black coffee. Like I got usually a cast iron stomach, so yeah. But was not the best tasting vodka I've ever had.
My homie here, Damien, pounded a little bit of fucking Jameson.
Jameson. Yep.
And then he mentioned Don Julio Anejo. I don't know, Damien. 1800, bro. I've tried Don Julio freaking Anejo, bro. It's good, but it's just so fucking hard to beat the 1800 Anejo, bro. It's the Munto.
Actually, I've been to the Jameson Distillery in Ireland, in Dublin. So, Damien,
Wow.
as you like pack some bags, it's a cool trip. I actually like Dublin a lot. So,
Twinkie. Now the ladies in fucking Dublin, are they banging or
horse.
not? For reals. Because that's what I'm seeing, bro. When I switch my Tinder over there, yes, I'm wearing a ski mask on my Tinder, bro. What I'm saying, dude,
Yeah.
they are freaking. Those some of the hottest white girls I've seen out there, man. They give a run for the money for the ladies up in Russia and fucking.
It could just be like where in Dublin I was, the nightlife, but like, there are chicks like panties playing soccer in the streets of like downtown Dublin in heels and doing splits. It was wild. It was wild. Irish, I guess, like to drink, it's a stereotypical. Yeah.
That's wild, homie. That is wild, bro. All right, man. All right, show. Give us that alpha, Twinkie. I'm gonna pull this up, man.
Yeah. Temple Bar. Hell yeah.
Temple Bar. What the fuck's he talking about? Dublin.
Yeah. Irish people get fucked up. Yeah. Tegan, Ireland, saying saw no baddies. Could just be me. Tegan, were you in Dublin or were you in Belfast?
Yeah,
I know you can drop it. You can drop it in chat. Like Belfast, I can do without.
Dude, go to Scotland. Go to fucking go to Glasgow and Scotland, bro, and the fucking Tinder app, bro. Or go to motherfucking Ireland, Dublin, bro. The chicks are fucking like 10-8, bro. I'm saying they're fucking banging, dude. You know what I mean?
It's the food. That's a big part of it, right? Like here in America, calories are really easy to come by. We don't move around. Like we sit around, we doom scroll, and then we DoorDash.
Yeah. At the end of the day, bro. What I'm saying.
Anyway. Okay, cool. Right. That we've talked about like drugs, drinking, travel, hoes, Tinder. I suspect we should get back to talking about some crypto.
Yeah. Tegan, I don't believe you. Tegan. You're lying.
All right, cool. So coming back, Shill Gates was on DCC's channel. He had reposted this or posted this clip here. So, positive news on the horizon for a number of situations.
Another thing that, of course, is going to happen, all the SEC lawsuits we think are going to get thrown out. They're done. Paul Atkins is going to come in and clean house. And if you just take a look at the list of companies, these are all the Wells Notice recipients, okay? Let's scan down real quick. You've got Immutable right there. Let me zoom in. You've got Immutable right there. Robinhood, Consensus, Uniswap, Consensus being MetaMask, Uniswap. Then you go further on down. Many of those you'll recognize, but the big one right there, of course, is Coinbase. All of those, I think, go away. That in itself is going to be huge bullish trends for where the market is going to be trending in the future. Another thing that, of course, is going to happen.
Okay, and that was from Paul Barron, who is a technology journalist. I believe he's won a bunch of awards. And so he's arguing that many or all of the SEC cases are likely to be thrown out, which for those of us in the Pulse Chain ecosystem, as well as folks like I hold IMX. I know IMX is on the list and some other folks. It would just generally be good for the space, right? Like removing some of the resistance that is opposing the space.
Speaking of which, man, it should be any day now, man, that I would expect Richard Hart's freaking case to be freaking brought up and possibly even dropped, if anything, bro.
Yeah. Let's see.
It takes a judge approximately 60 days to 90 days to deliberate, but everybody's under the assumption it may be 60 days more unlikely. So if that does happen, I'm just hoping that the recent news on RH, bro, does not affect the mind of the judge, bro.
Yeah, it's not supposed to. I know Richard actually just posted about a half hour ago, just calling out the 5th annual Hex conference is coming up in a few days, and he gave Matty Allen a shout out on that one. Yeah, so
I would imagine, Twinkie. I mean, this is just me surmising, bro. I would imagine that he's either in China, bro, or he's got to be in Russia, bro, because that's the only two places he can't get extradited out of. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
We know he likes white girls, so I'm assuming somewhere in fucking Russia, bro, St. Petersburg or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, like a non-extradition country, probably non-Five Eyes country. You figure out which two kind of overlap on under those conditions, and then there you go.
Yeah, and then I wonder if they can fuck with this team, bro, like the developers and shit. Obviously, the developers are not going to follow them, especially if they're going into a country like frickin' Russia or frickin' China. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess Kind of depends.
Yeah, yeah. This is all fucking speculation, by the way, cats. I'm not saying RH is in any of those two countries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, RH is in Snow Bunny heaven for sure, for sure. And Moonpilled, yeah, actually, when I was in Dublin, I did both Jameson and Guinness. Actually, I've got a Guinness apron. I was telling Boogie I was making some like sous vide seared, steaks and shit tonight for dinner. So yeah, both those places are great stops if you're working your way through Dublin.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Now, this is a chart I wanted to show you, cats. This is from freaking Trader Tardigrade. I highly recommend you follow this guy. This guy's pretty damn good, man. Now, I was talking to Twinkie earlier about taking profit on a certain coin, and I started checking the price of Bitcoin first, and I noticed that Bitcoin was on its way up because it does seem, of course, we still have to get that change of character, or we do need to get that break of structure before I could say, yes, we're completely out of this. You know what I'm saying? And I went ahead and I checked Solana as well, man. And I did notice that Solana was starting to run to the upside. And I'll show you guys in the chart right now. I did notice that when I activate my EMA ribbon, it still was on the bearish side, but it was starting to flip bullish, if anything, bro. But you can see from here to here, it does have a breakout on the daily chart. As per Tardigrade's post, he says Solana closed a daily candle with a breakout to a descending trend line, which has been formed since the 23rd of November. Trend reversal could have just started into an uptrend. He's not wrong about that. And the chart I wanted to show you, monkeys, was none other than my freaking beautiful Solana chart that I have all these fucking drawings on. And I had noticed that when I activated my EMA ribbon that we had broken out because we're looking at taking some profit on some other coins. And it pumped up, broke this fucking EMA ribbon, but the EMA ribbon is still bearish. But now, even though it's still bearish, you can see that the current candle that Solana's printed is using it as an area of support, if anything, man. We did go down here, man, and we were freaking bouncing around in this area of the fair value gap. And you can see that we oscillated sideways a little bit into the daily fair value gap. The bigger one, by the way, cats, if you guys don't know, this is the weekly fair value gap, and the red one is just a conventional daily one. But nevertheless, you're still getting overlap, and that tends to be very attractive for the market. You could see that when Solana did come down here on its 20-day cycle, we did manage to finish a 17-day freaking left translated cycle because we did not compromise the prior one, and then we started trending sideways. Now, one of the things that we do have, especially if I activate the Bollinger Bands here, you could see that I did have the possibility of us running past the first standard deviation and being in between the first and the second, which is this yellow line here and this red line over here, and possibly trend a little bit around this fair value gap overlap. And that price range could be anywhere from about 223, which is one of my favorite rounds, or 556, or maybe in the area of 229. I could see us going up that way. Now, let's take our measurement tool and measuring from the day 17 low to our current area right now, that would put us at approximately 14 days. Now, mind you, monkeys, usually it's anywhere from day 14 to about day 21 when you're running on 20-day cycles. So it could be that we topped up. That could be a possibility. It could be that we're already done for the cycle, but then again, that bullish freaking candle that we got there may continue to the upside. And if we do run into day 21, you're talking about maybe January 10th, bro, where we could possibly make it into this freaking target zone that I have here of about 225 ballpark, or we could continue dumping to the downside. Now, if I do grab my freaking trend lines here and I draw a pretty little freaking flag here, if anything, and let me go ahead and fix these lines so you guys can see it a little bit more clearly. You could see that it does look a little bit like a bear flag, if anything. So if we come down this way and we pull up like that, that in itself is a bear flag, my friends. But if we do end up breaking out, we should be good to go. Now, we do want to look at the change of character or the break of structure, which is very important. Because I could arguably say, you know what, man? This next cycle is going to be hot, but I need to see us compromise this area, or at least get to this area I mentioned. For the reason being that we would want to break this structure right here. Once we break the structure over here, let me draw it up for you cats. and mark it as BOS, you could say we're pretty safe. You know what I'm saying? Because that means that we've already broken the structure or we're starting to go into a new change of character. Now, let's look at all these pretty lines on the weekly, see what it indicates. And let me go ahead and freaking take off all my pretty little drawings here, man. And you can see that the next area we do need to beat is at approximately here, about 250, 270. So we can start going back into price discovery. But the good news is that here on the weekly, we have beaten the immediate freaking, we do have a break of structure right here at this price point of about 184. And we do have another break of structure here at about 202. And we're already above that. So that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? At least on the weekly. That's the areas we do need to compromise. EMA ribbon, as far as the weekly goes, we are still bullish. We are fanning out a little bit, which is always a positive fucking trend, if anything. Twinksters, do you have anything to add to this? I heard your voice, man.
Yeah, just kind of spitballing here and thinking. Do you see us as being in a corrective pattern currently? Do you see us as being in a corrective pattern? It was just like eyeballing that Solana weekly chart.
It depends. I think we need to run up a little bit more before I can say yes, for sure we are, man. As far as us correcting to the upside, I would need to see a little bit more from Solana. But then again, let's take into account which way BTC is going. BTC seems like it's running to the upside. So if BTC does run to the upside, then Solana's probably going to follow a trend.
Yeah, makes sense. Also, too, I'm not saying they are driving the market, but I did stumble across this one, which is pretty interesting to me today. So Poly Market, and for those of us who followed the more recent election cycle and have seen where things have been banned, where like they're going after people for using Poly Market or they're trying to get Poly Market banned. Currently, Solana ETF approved in 2025, 83% chance according to Poly Market today. Wow. So yeah.
Wow,
pretty interesting.
I didn't know you could bet on shit like this on Poly.
I
know they did great, bro, for the presidential election, bro. But damn, son, I didn't know they were you, man. I'm saying.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm pretty sure you can like speculate and bet on just about anything in the grand scheme of things. How far down the rabbit hole do you want to go? But that was really interesting to me that they had taken bets on a Solana ETF being approved in 2025.
That would be freaking dope, man. I think it will get approved, if anything.
I think so too. Yeah, I think with the new administration, we're going to see a lot more rapid fire approvals. Also, too, for with those approvals, it's going to be a build fast, break fast, I think, mentality with a lot of things. So watch yourselves out there. Just be somewhat disciplined about how you're allocating your funds and managing your risk, because there are going to be some things where if you catch the right thing, sure, it's going to take you to the moon. You're going to make a fuck ton of money. There's going to be stuff that blows up too, because it's not easy to like be in business and to stay in business. I think, a lot of people are like, oh, these mega corporations and the like, and sure, some of them have, great profit margins and whatever. You're also seeing, I know, at least for the company I work at, the one success story you're seeing as a public facing product, you're not seeing the 10, 20, 50 things that blew up behind closed doors that never made it to the street. Yeah. There's all and that one big thing has to cover all the expenses for everything that failed. So like your small business failure rate is well north of 90%, like on a 2 to 5 year timeline. So regardless, it is not easy to be in business. So a lot of times, are there legitimate rugs in the crypto projects in the crypto space? Absolutely. I'm not saying there isn't. I also see, I think a lot of times teams are just bad at running things. And, it ain't easy. So food for thought out there with the new administration. Again, I think you're going to see like a lot of stuff coming through. A lot of stuff is going to get approved, but I think a lot of stuff is going to blow up as well. A lot of things will fail.
Yeah, I concur. Now, Twinkie, let us review a little bit of the comment section, bro, because we've been talking our asses off, if anything, bro. People said, Twinkie, you're coming in with some fire information tonight, bro. I'm assuming you're referring to those rat tests that you had mentioned, bro. The sit down had a couple of interesting posts here, man. Most bearish price for RH tokens in 25. We'll look at the charts, see what that entails, man. Any chance RH tokens pull an XRP in 2021? I'm assuming that he means that with the court case. I think definitely. I think we can definitely do very well, bro. What happened in 2021 with XRP, Twinkie? That's when they got their lawsuit. So I don't know.
Yeah, and they might have had a minor pump in 21. I have to go back and look at the XRP chart. I don't really honestly pay much attention to it because they spent 7-8 years waiting for a significant pump. Just imagine and look, to anyone who toughed it out and hung out, believed, you deserve all the gains. Like y'all have earned that. Yeah, so they did have a pump in 21, but in general, as far as like actual pumpability, you were kind of waiting around for the better part of 6-7 years, I think, really to have anything significant happen.
Yeah, I'm probably going to start covering a little bit more XRP on the show, bro. Maybe after the show, I'll start setting up a good solid chart for it. I think it's going to do well, even though us Hexkins, I mean, not I said the cow, but a lot of Hexkins like shitting on XRP. Nevertheless, the XRP community, bro, even though their leadership isn't that fantastic, man, they are a very strong community, bro, very resilient, if anything, bro, and they do back up their people. And from my understanding, according to Moon Lambo, yes, that was his channel, he stated that people were fucking sending money over so they could pay for the fucking attorneys to smoke the SEC, dude. And it worked out, bro.
I believe it, but like, let's not forget, what's his name? From XRP, donated 15 mil to Kamala during their campaign. What's the dude's name? Yeah, yeah.
One of the founders?
Yeah.
I did not know that, homie. I did not know that, bro. But
yeah, I think it was like more conservative numbers I was reading were like 11.8, but I thought it was around let's say at least 10 mil, like 10 to 15 mil. It was it Chris Larson, I think is who it was.
Really? Wow, bro. Wow, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, I get it. Like, they got their own political leanings and they're gonna like donate to both sides over time, but come on, man. Like that tells me you're not really a crypto person, even if you are, let's say running the show at XRP, you're not really a crypto person. And then one might argue XRP is not really like crypto per se, as so much as it's like TradFi crypto.
Yeah. And speaking of RH, man, I was telling my homies, man, I was talking to Twinkie about this, bro. We just need not to see RH in fucking handcuffs, bro, at least till 2026. He needs to stay out of law enforcement's way till 2026, man. So all this shit blows over and he's squared away, bro, because we don't need to see him in handcuffs. There's a lot of people, bro, that would love to see Floyd Mayweather lose. There's a lot of people that like to see Conor McGregor lose. There's a lot of people that like to see somebody like Richard Hart lose. Why? Because they talk a lot of shit and they back it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, if he's going to be in handcuffs, hopefully for Richard's sake, that it's not like bad time handcuffs. It's fun time handcuffs with some Nordic chick.
Yeah. I mean, that would make sense. That would be a lot better.
Russian. Anyway,
we got my amigo here, Step Pump Master Flash. Digibyte is on the run, and it can't mention them both last week.
Kanto? I don't know who Kanto is. I'd have to think about it. I'm not familiar with the Digibyte project.
Yeah.
There's like a billion tokens now. Yeah.
There's a dude. If I was full time fucking crypto, bro, and I didn't have a business and a full time job, and I was working out and shit, I would be diving deeper into a lot more coins, bro, instead of the conventional ones that we're always talking about. Let's see what else we got down here, man. Irish people get dinged up. I agree. Twinkie, are you single? They want to know.
Why does the sit down want to know?
Yeah, why do
proposition
you
me? Like, what's going on, bro? So kind of a weird question.
Who won White Girl Wednesday this week? I have no fucking idea, bro. I'm saying, what kind of comment is that, dude? You guys Tobillions.
Okay, he's a Toby fan. I know that's been a pretty popular meme coin with the crypto mindset and Citadel guys.
I got into Toby as well, man. we got Tegan Soilana, and then definitely getting a pump if the case is settled. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely,
pump it up. AMCC, I do not have any Palm AI. I know some of the guys over at DGen Roundtable hold some Palm. That's not a project I necessarily took a position in. That's nothing against Palm AI. It's just too many tokens capturing my attention. I just didn't throw any money into it.
Yeah, man. Checking you out, cutie. I mean, he's got that Asian fever, Twinksters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yellow fever. Yep.
All right, man. Let us move on to the next coin, bro. Now, Twinkie, I love this fucking meme. I love the Giga Chat meme, bro. But every single fucking video I have, bro, has a copyright strike, bro.
Yeah.
So I can't love that meme as much anymore, bro.
Yeah.
We'll, you know what? We'll do a motherfucking Giga Chat meme once every fucking 4 streams, bro, because it is taking a huge effect on my numbers. Now, if you monkeys have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, follow my homie Twinkie. I am over 100 videos, bro, and I'm still not at 500 people, and it's probably because of all the copyright strikes I've been posting, if anything. So make sure you monkeys do me a favor and like the video, man. Know what I'm saying? Pump Master Flash. Perfect segue. Go ahead, Twinksters.
I was gonna say, like, maybe you're not monetized or you ain't got 500 because we use certain terms somewhat liberally. You got guns. We talk about drugs, drinking. Like, maybe we have a very select audience.
Yeah, man. Hey, monkeys. By the way, I do have a channel on Rumble. Hopefully, Rumble eventually in the future ends up surpassing motherfucking fucking YouTube, bro, and we'll have a little bit more liberty, bro. Maybe get a little bit more reach. We got my amigo here, Toño 8187. Hola, amigos. Know what I'm saying? So, moving on to the next token, which Mr. Flash did ask for. What do y'all think? Where are we at with Giga Chad? Where is the flex, son? Give me a second, Twinkie. Give me a second. Let's see.
As far as where we're at, like numbers just keep going up.
Yeah, they keep bumping up, man.
Like, it's been one of my best investments in my time in crypto.
Yeah, dude. I still wish I had put more dinero into that bitch, man. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you and me both, man. The joke in the community has always been like full port Giga. I didn't. I wish I had. In retrospect, coulda, woulda, shoulda. I'm glad I took a position. I wish I took a larger position at that point in time.
Yeah, and I was attempting to take a larger position, bro. It's just that the market was telling me, Twinkie, the whole fucking market was telling me, yes, we're going to continue dumping. Giga's going to continue dumping, bro. So I put in a little bit of dinero, man, to just get rid of my FOMO.
Yep.
And I was like, hey, Solana's dipping, bro. So that means Giga's going to dip too. So I'll just put in right now the amount that I want to put in. And then, boom, that motherfricker escaped us, Twinkie.
Never came back.
Was still dumping. How the frick does that happen, bro? The token freaking continues to pump, and its mother freaking token dumps, bro. It makes no freaking sense, homie. But Giga does Giga things, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. We're looking great on that chart. I mean, it's like one of the craziest charts in crypto.
Yeah, I concur, man. So, all right, here we go. The token you guys have been waiting for, none other than freaking Giga Chad. You can see Giga Chad is pumping to the upside. It is doing fabulously well, man. Current value is at about 8 pennies and 31% of a penny. And I do want to show you guys a little chart right now, man. Currently, we do have a fair value gap here on the daily, which we could come retrace to, but it's not that big of a fair value gap. I don't know if the market will be immediately attracted to it, pull down a little bit, and then continue running to the upside. The point that we do need to compromise, as far as a wick goes, is this area here at about 9 pennies and 11% of a penny. For the most part, as far as candle bodies go, we have already created a new all-time high for candle bodies. And that price point would be at approximately 8 cents and 42% of a penny. But wick-wise, we still have not beaten that top. Now, if I activate my makeshift EMA ribbon on this bad boy, you can see that we are still bullish, and it does seem like the EMA ribbon is fanning out. Now, one of the things that turned me on a lot about Giga today is the fact that, well, not today, as a matter of fact, yesterday, which would be the first and then the second, is that we got a clear break of structure, man, from this area here. And of course, again, stating again, I like beating the candle bodies, man. And we got a break of structure, a BOS, right here. Now, for you monkeys that don't know, that break of structure comes from this top here. Once we beat this area, then I consider it as a break of structure. Now, if we do come back over here and we do beat this area of about 9 cents and we continue pulling to the upside, that would be a change of character. Now, for the most part, some people just consider it a change of character, but or just another break of structure. But once we have two areas that break, then I make the second one into a change of character, which means the character of the market is starting to change to the upwards fashion. Now, current market cap is at 797 million. And one of the things that I did want to show you on my other chart, but before I do, let me show you which cycle we're on, monkeys. And this is one of the things I fucking hate, bro, about fucking doggone deck screener, is that you have to have a wallet attached to it in order for all your charts to pop up the same fucking way. You know what I'm saying? It could be that we're finishing up our 60-day cycle, man, as we approach to the upside. We're at approximately day 53, if I am correct. Now, mind you, it could be that the cycle low was here too. No, not there, man. That's day 39. So that would indicate that we're still running hot, man. And we're probably going to continue to the upside a little bit more. I would assume around day 54, day 55, we should get this area compromised, man. Now, let me show you my other chart for this bad boy, which I did have up on TradingView.
And roughly when would day 54 be on that? Would that be like around inauguration?
Let me go back to that chart, Twinkie. Let's check it out. Let's see. Day 54. No, day 54 would be tomorrow's, homie.
All right, so like right on the edge. So, okay, that
Yeah.
coincides with like a lot of the other 60-day cycle stuff that's kind of
Yeah.
going on in the market. So all right,
My buddy did say that the Arnold Classic is coming up. I'm hoping that Giga is gonna get involved with that, bro.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Let me see if I
Yeah.
could hop over on their Twitter.
Yeah, I know the Arnold Classic is popping up sometime soon, bro. So I'm hoping that they do hop on there themselves, bro, and start promoting their shit. Now, I don't know if the Arnold Classic is still ran by Arnold Schwarzenegger and he would give approval to that. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I did have the TradingView chart. Let me get the TradingView chart for you monkeys. Here we go. Pull up Giga over here, man. Give me a second, cats. Bear with me. It's coming up. Muy pronto. Muy pronto. Here we go. This is Giga on the weekly. Now, to show you cats something, I've been working on a new type of freaking technical analysis that I've been working on. It's called, it has something to do with chaos theory, if anything. And I like using a little bit of the alligator method. I'm not going to fully show you guys what it entails, but basically what you're seeing here is it means that the alligator's mouth is opening up. And I am getting angulation on the coin. And you're like, Boogie, what the fuck does that mean? It means that it's starting to pull up pretty damn hard, bro. So it could be that it'll continue running hard. Now, one of the areas that I did set this marker at, like you need to find an X, so I get this freaking little freaking bruise icon, and I set it here at about 8 pennies and about 90% of a penny. Why? And me and Twinksters were talking about this, man. These are areas we intend to take a little bit of profit. So you monkeys may want to take notes of that. The badass thing about my channel and your channel, Twinkie, is that there's only 47 fucking people here. And we don't have the crowd of BitBoy following us, bro. A big ass crowd like that. So it's not enough to completely change the market. And we don't have a crowd as big as that of the fucking Moon Gang either. Know what I mean? Shout out to you Moon Gangers. So Twinksters, I know you got more alpha on areas you may want to sell, man. Drop it on us, man.
Yeah. So, quick comment is like the all-time wick high on Giga. I know if you look at Coinbase, I think it wicked to 10 cents on Coinbase, but if you're looking at the charts, it's about wicks up to around 9 cents. So we are, let's say, within roughly 7/10 of a cent of setting a new like candle all-time high instead of a wick all-time high. So candle body all-time high on that front. Personally, as we kind of get up into this zone, let's say 8.5 cents on upward through maybe like 10.5 cents, I'm personally going to trim a little profit off my Giga bag just to have some money to sprinkle into some other projects I'm eyeballing. I'm going to keep my core Giga bag intact, but if you're following this channel and you took positions roughly when Boogie and I did, or you followed in like some of the commentary I posted in the DGen Roundtable chat or in the Citadel. You probably got in somewhere between 10 and 14 mil market cap, 10 and 15 mil market cap at most. You had the opportunity to DCA in on that dip too, back down to around 14. So, I mean, we're like floating around 800 million. You guys can do the math, it ain't that hard. I'm pretty thrilled with my Giga bag, but I would like to have a little more exposure into some AI projects. Hint, hint, upcoming stream. Food for thought. So I want to have a little bit of cash reserve on that. Plus, too, man, life is short. Crazy shit happens. You got to live a little too.
Yeah, I concur, man. Just a little, not too much. Now, I know a lot of you monkeys, I mean, we tell you take profit, bro. And I'm not going to take a shitload of profit, just a small amount.
Just a little trim, a few percentage points here and there.
Yeah, enough to cover a little bit of spending money on 2 upcoming vacations I do have. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that, if anything. And we got here Moonpill Rational Optics. Giga hit the roid rage and pumped higher than an overhead press, bro. Yeah, man. Doing that military press all freaking night long, son.
Actually, Boogie, you still got the Giga chart open?
Which one do you want to get? The one on Deck Screener has a lot more details, or the one on Trading View?
Whatever's convenient. Without the drawings, if you could just flip it to the monthly, please.
Yeah, let me go back to the frickin' because Trading View doesn't have all the data. Let me just go ahead and frickin' take this shit off. All these pretty drawings, go to the monthly, son.
Check that out.
Look at that, monkeys. Look, wow.
12 consecutive monthly.
Big, it doesn't even fit on my screen, homie. You know what I'm saying?
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Look at that, man. He's got to look at it like this, bro.
It's
you can't look at it completely.
It is one of the craziest charts in crypto, right? Like in like us, the strength of the meme, the strength of the community. 12 consecutive green monthly candles. Probably there's a good chance it's going to be a 13 this month.
Yeah, man. Completely.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like literally, if you just bought and held Giga at any point in the last 12 months, you are up.
Completely up, bro.
Crazy.
Yeah. Harder than freaking Viagra and shit like that, man. And speaking about large freaking candles, we got large and in charge here. Happy New Year's, monkeys. Happy New Year's, monkeys.
One of my favorite ones is like, harder than woodpecker lips.
Here you go. So yeah, man, Giga Chad's doing Giga things now. Twinkie, he told me I'm about to take profits, and I'm like, dude, hold on, bro. Solana just fucking flipped the EMA ribbon, or it's about to flip the EMA ribbon, and boom, bro. That may indicate we may continue running to the upside, Twinkers. But nevertheless, there you go, monkeys. If there's any part of this stream that you haven't listened to, listen to this part, man. It's almost time to take some profits. I intend to take profits. My first area that I wanted to take profits at was at about 8 pennies and 90% of a penny. What was your areas, Twinkie?
Yeah, like let's look at 8.5 cents roughly. Take just a couple percentage point trim of my bag.
Yeah, and you say you had mentioned another area in about 9 cents and something.
Yeah. So it's like much like we like to DCA in. I also try to DCA out. Just I don't know, man. It goes back to like that whole discipline and control thing, right? You don't FOMO in. Now, if I saw the signs, like anyone who's involved in some of the Celsius stuff or the Luna stuff, and you saw the signs, you ran for the doors. Generally, though, we've got some time to make some of those moves. So I'm going to DCA out around 8.5 cents, 9.5 cents. Honestly, I've got it programmed already on Jupiter. So I don't even got to sit around and market watch that shit. As long as it's not like on a crazy fast wick, it'll take care of itself.
That's not a bad idea, Twinksters. How long do they last, Twinkie?
Forever.
What the fuck, Twinkie? Did this just change to 953 million market cap?
It did.
What? But I haven't seen.
The price reflect that? Yeah.
No, there's no price reflection.
No, maybe it's updating. Maybe it's a refresh. Maybe there was like a crazy fast wick somewhere in there. Because it's definitely been like look.
Oh, there it is. There it is. It went back to 7.99, bro.
Okay, maybe there's some maybe it's just like an error or weird wick on that one.
Yeah,
unquestionable, right? Like it's going to 1 billion. Knock on wood, easily.
It's back up to 7. Now it's to 7.99, son.
All right, it must just be like the Deck Screener APIs. Like, I don't see any wicks on there, so who knows what's going on. But regardless, it's sitting. Yeah, it's sitting around 800 mil on that. It's going to go to $1 billion, no problem.
Yeah,
and
go ahead, Twinkie.
Giga to $1. It's going to happen.
Yeah. So Twinkie, with that stated, man. I think a very strong psychological level, bro, would be us hitting 1 billion market cap, bro. That would be So you may want to start taking some fucking profits, bro. As soon as you start approaching that 1 billion, it wouldn't be a bad idea to front run it as well because it's not as liquid as people think it is, bro.
No, that's part of the other reason I wanted to just take a few percentage points here and there because realistically, roughly speaking, at what is it at around 10? Yeah, I think at 10 billion market cap, it's roughly one token is $1 if memory serves correctly. So all your intervals of 10 cents, right? $1, so on and so forth. Any even type number is going to be, a major psychological level. Like that 10 cent is going to be a pretty big one. So yeah, I'm definitely planning on front running that when I trim a little off.
Yeah. Now we got people that are new here in the chat, Twinkie, and one of the things I hated about when I was on board into crypto, people would say liquidity. I had no idea what the fuck they're talking about. And you put it to them in English, what liquidity means and what that means for the coin. As far as trying to sell and as far as trying to buy.
Yeah. It's basically the amount of money we have, I'll just call it the amount of money we have with which we can transact and facilitate the movement. So if you're like, hey, I want to go slam $1 billion into Giga, but there's only $1 million of liquidity, you're going to radically distort the chart. You're going to get destroyed on slippage and price increases. And you might put in $1 billion, you will not get $1 billion of token equivalent on the far side of things. So you need to segment up your moves and be like, I'm going to move 10 grand here. Wait a minute, I'm going to move 10 grand again, rinse, repeat on that front.
Yeah. So kind of like what Twinkie said, putting it in simple terms, man. If there isn't enough liquidity, bro, it costs more to sell it and you won't take as much profits.
Yeah, it's really the ability to buy and sell, right? And what we're really concerned with is how much can I buy, how much can I sell without really negatively impacting the price against me. Maybe that might be for a buying in, that might be exiting out as well. Because actually, like that was a scenario with Giga. A whale got his wallet breached and drained, like connected to some scam link or scam site. This was like a few weeks back, right? Like Giga ate that 86% dip like a champ too. It was bought up very, very quickly. But the drainer, like full market clipped, it was something like $6 million or something crazy of Giga, like market sell 6 million, which is why that you see that crazy wick downward. The drainer only walked with like 2 mil or whatever, versus like if they had segmented it out, they probably would have walked away with more than double.
And how much was it, Twinkie, that they ended up compromising?
I think it was $5 to $6 million worth of Giga.
He only walked out. So that gives you a clear explanation, Cats. Like, dude, it's not as liquid as you think it is, man. So there was a lot of fees with that. That's why they couldn't end up dumping it all immediately. Speaking of memes on Solana, we got Thomas Dong here, Mr. The Vietnamese man himself. N2 might be the next meme coin to pump like crazy. I wish I could show you guys the charts. Today
I'm finna bridge.
Yeah. We had a 32% dip, though, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shout out to Miguel and Kyle for giving us the heads up on that one.
Yeah. So right now would not be a bad time to get some of that end chain, bro. Twinksters, maybe later on, man, you could shoot me a text, bro, if you find any data on it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's see here. We've got some other friends rolling through. Let's see. Shout out to Fast Abdul. You're gonna have to tell us your secrets, brother.
Where is Fast Abdul? I don't see his post here.
Right below large.
Oh, there it is. Okay, because he's got Pulse Jiu-Jitsu, bro. That's why. I am here for the tech.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Aren't we all, man? Aren't we all? All right. Moving on to one of our favorite coins, man. A little bit of Phantom. Let's see which way Phantom's going, bro. Where is Phantom? Here you go. And mind you, I added this at the last second, monkeys. Look at that beautiful all those beautiful drawings I made on there, bro. So, Phantom, man, I'm assuming it's having a little bit of a dip, bro, which is absolutely freaking fine. Let me see. Oh, yeah. And there it is, bro. There it is. Let me draw something up for you, cats. Let me take away this motherfucking Elliott wave sequence here. No!
Did you break it?
No, so here we go. All right. So one of the things I am noticing here, all right, we did have a breakout right here on this bad boy, and we ran to the upside. Put the line over there, and then grab another trend line over here to the mouth of the alligator. And you can see that there's significant angulation. That's why we started pulling down, bro, if anything. I know it's a lot of fucking ugly lines, bro. My fucking chart looks convoluted. When you draw up your own TA, bro, you tend to understand it better, bro, because it's your fucking writing. You know what I'm saying? That's usually for the most part. Now, we did see freaking Phantom dip a little bit. You can see that it's starting to rise as well, man. And it was a little bit evident because we did have this fucking symmetrical triangle here. And we did have this fucking pull that ran to the downside. Hence, it created a bearish pennant. We broke to the downside. And now it seems like we're starting to recover. If you guys are wondering what all these green boxes are, they're all fair value gaps, man. As far as its cycle goes.
Also, too, like there might be some folks tuning in, maybe who aren't familiar with this and looking at this, like kind of wondering what's going on. So if you aren't familiar with Phantom, they recently launched what I'll call the upgraded chain Sonic. And so most of the community is in the process of migrating off the older Phantom chain over to the new Sonic chain.
So, yeah, that's probably why you're seeing a little bit of this dip, which is completely normal, man. And it's awesome because it gives you guys a buying opportunity, man.
Great buying opportunity.
If we are running on a new 60-day cycle, man, we would be at approximately day 15, bro. So we still got time to run, bro. You can see man, it may end up dipping harder, Twinkie. But let's see which way the market carries us, because I do know that Bitcoin's doing well. But of course, some coins are going to do what they do regardless of which way Bitcoin's going, bro. But if this was a day high, man, on day 2, bro, we still got room to dump, son, if that is correct. And we push this all the way out to about day 45. That would put us around February the 2nd. But if you look at my chart, man, you can see that I got fair value gaps on top of fair value gaps on top of fair value gaps. It could mean possibly, bro, we'll break over here to about 57 cents, bro, on the weekly fair value gap, if anything. That could be within the realm of possibilities. Let me see what the MACD is looking like on the daily for this bad boy. Moving average convergence divergence. And let me just remove this awesome oscillator. And, dude, we still got room to dump a little bit as far as the MACD is indicating. But let's see if it's how it's doing with the EMA ribbon. And then we'll go over the weekly and check the MACD on it as well. So if we activate our EMA ribbon on this bad boy, we have just barely flipped bearish. So that's indicating we're probably going to dump a little bit more. So, hey, man, keep your fingers crossed, bro. There may be a clear-cut buying opportunity for Phantom, dude. And go ahead.
Not a bad idea to DCA in, right? Like you don't have to full clip what you want to buy right now. You can start that drip feed or incremental DCA on that. I know there's been a lot of talk about, is this potential the low of the cycle? Where's the low candidate for the cycle for on like a 60-day window? With Sonic launched at this point in time, many of the projects have migrated or in the process of migrating or have an open migration window for the next days, weeks, months, what have you, on that front. So you'll see a lot of the liquidity wind up moving from Phantom Opera over to the Sonic network on that front. Right now, one Phantom is exchangeable for one Sonic. That will change in roughly 5.5 months, give or take. But that's currently where we're at. So you can buy one Phantom today and exchange it for one Sonic after you bridge it over. A number of the centralized exchanges, I'm not saying specifically Coinbase or Binance or Kraken, but a number of the exchanges are working with the Sonic Foundation to facilitate that conversion. The chain itself, I played around with it. It is fast as shit. It is unbelievably fast. It's like a number of times it basically feels instantaneous. Really impressive tech on that front. So if you don't have any Phantom or Sonic and you're looking to start a position, now's not a bad time to start dollar cost averaging in. I wouldn't full clip it, but start taking a position.
Yeah, you mean full magazine it.
Yeah, well, they call it full clip it when you dump the bag.
Yeah. Oh, we're changing the terms here, bro. On Crypto Boogie channel, it's dumping the mag.
Yeah, mag dump.
It's a mag dump. Well, regardless, now one of the things that I am noticing here on the weekly though, bro, is I turned on my manual fair value gap indicator, bro, and these are weekly fair value gaps. And we also have the EMA ribbon and the 200 EMA following below it. And that would be a very good area, bro, where we may go to about 52 cents, give or take, bro. I think that's within the realm of possibilities because it covers that weekly fair value gap, Twinkie. And we might even end up going a little bit lower to 47. But I think the lower end at about 55 cents to about 52 cents, bro. That would be a awesome zone to buy some freaking Sonic, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or Phantom, and then just bridge it over to Sonic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we got a couple of questions in the chat, Boogie. We got folks asking, what are fair value gaps and how do you identify them or how do you see them?
Sure. Let me go ahead and go back to my chart here. All right. Let me show you cats what this means. That usually indicates that there's a market indifference, bro. So, for example, this fair value gap that's right here, and there's certain indicators that you can add to it, man. Like, I like this one because it manually does it for me, but usually the first place your eye should go to on any chart when you turn on a chart is finding gaps in the market. And mostly we deal with the dailies and the weeklies and stuff like that. So, for example, this candle right here, it's got this wick that runs to the upside. Let me turn off the CMA ribbon. And you got this other candle that this wick runs to the downside. There's a continual gap right there where there's nothing making contact with those 2 points, creating an area where people are setting some buy orders, bro. Hence why it's called the fair value gap. You know what I mean? So if I turn this on, boom, you get that fair value gap right there. And then you have another one here. This is a perfect example. You got that wick here, and the wick over here, and then you got that other fair value gap. Now, mind you, these are weekly fair value gaps, and the weekly fair value gaps tend to be a little bit more precious than the daily ones. Now, where you can really make your bank is if you draw it out manually, the fair value gap, and then you go to the daily, and then you draw another fair value gap within that fair value gap. And that's an area the market loves to follow, and that's what I like to call overlap. People that usually run on these don't call it that. I call it that because I understand it better in my mind. But that's pretty much what it means. One of the things I did want to mention as well, bro, for the MACD, it's indicating that we're about to cross bearish territory. And you can see that the volume's indicating that people are starting to lightly buy less than what they were buying earlier. Know what I mean? So, again, being redundant about the EMA ribbon, it would not surprise me if we do come down here, bro, to about 52 cents. Now, mind you, that could be a wick as well, bro. Know what I mean?
Yeah, just reach down and snatch up what's likely an element of liquidity that's hanging out down there.
Yeah. So that's usually where the market tends to follow. If you guys want to learn more about fair value gaps, man, what's the name of that channel that I follow, bro? Risk. Let me search it out for you guys. Twinkie, I'll let you take care of the chat.
Yeah, no worries, man. Karn asking about more buys on Phantom Sonic. Don't mind if I do. I'm right there with you, brother. I might. I was talking a little earlier. I might trim off a little giga to take care of some lifestyle stuff, as well as to roll into some other projects. Hey, BLX, man. Good to see you rolling through chat. Looking forward to catching up with you in person in a couple weeks. Fallout Zone talking about will be nice when more protocols start rolling out. Yeah, one of the ones I'm watching is Mummy Finance, which will become Navigator on Sonic. I've had some of the Mummy Finance NFTs staked out, and they've just been paying me Phantom on the residuals, which have been quite nice. Thomas asking about, is there any news on Beats bridging from Phantom to Sonic yet, or is it still, are they still working on it? That is ready to go now. If you go over to the Beats website, it is beats.fi. I'll dump it in chat here. And just follow their instructions. They will get you migrated over.
There you
You'll
go,
have to, if you've got like was it the Ma Beats relic? You're gonna have to break the relic on the Phantom side, ship over your Beats and your Phantom to Sonic, and rebuild the relic on the Sonic side.
Twinkie,
But,
can you tell them what a relic means? I don't think
Yeah, it's like a committed liquidity. Basically, they give you if you commit the liquidity in the form of staked Sonic and Beats token back to the Beats exchange, they give you an NFT. And the NFT, based on the level of the NFT, they call it a relic, will ensure you get a certain percentage point yield on it. And if you come back every week, you can upgrade your relic until you reach max level, and you get max payout on the yield for whatever their percentage, their APR is. So it might start as like 1%, and you upgrade a week 2, it goes to 1.5%. Then week 3, it's like 3%, so on and so forth, whatever the APR is. To achieve max APR, you have to stake it in the form of a relic. Again, they give you this NFT for it. And that will in turn, aside from like the gameness of like, oh, I hung in there, I leveled up, I got it to max level. From their side, it's actually kind of smart because it forces you, if you're playing that game, so to speak, you have to lock up for a certain level of time to get to max level. So like game theory, pretty interesting. Anyway, so yeah, Thomas, that's available. You just got to split it, follow their instructions, bridge it over, rebuild it, and then you'll be ready to rock.
Yeah. For you asking about the fair value gaps, go over to Smart Risk. That's a very good channel. They love explaining change of character, fair value gaps, fucking market structure, all that shit, man. But be ready to be fucking bored. Take some energy drinks. Take some Gorilla Mine energy drinks, bro. Blow out your kidneys. Have a heart attack, but learn it. You'll be great. Trust me. I'm saying.
Get an energy drink. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been to the hospital a couple of times because of damn energy drinks, Dinky. You know what I'm saying? There's also another one that's pretty good, but they're kind of like comical, bro, and they may be a little bit more interesting. Their name is Trading Lab. They do teach you a little bit about that, man. You know what I'm saying? I would not advise you guys to become traders, man. I'm only doing this so I could know where I could buy at a better value and sell at a better value. Not necessarily fucking do a lot of this fucking day trading shit. Maybe later on in the future when I master, that's if AI doesn't beat me to it. You know what I'm saying? I'll be the Paul Bunyan versus the machine. You know what I'm saying?
You got to make the boogie bot is what you got to do. Alternatively, if you don't want to do energy drinks, the way I got through portions of my collegiate career was I used to get high, study high, take the test high, so I would get high scores.
Yeah, so there you go, monkeys.
Not financial or life advice.
Yeah, dude. We're all joking about what we're talking here, man. I don't want to get a fucking lawsuit. Boogie told me to pound fucking 8 gorilla mines, bro. I'm saying, don't do that shit, bro.
Twisted a spliff and crushed 20 Monster Energy drinks. Why am I in the hospital?
Yeah, man. All right, monkeys. Make sure you guys. I'm not done yet, by the way. We still got to cover Hex, bro. Do me a favor, monkeys. Follow this motherfucking channel. Follow Twinkie's channel. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter and follow me on Instagram. US crypto underscore boogie. Make sure you guys follow me, man. Motivates me to keep pumping out fucking data for you monkeys, man. We're giving you badass fucking places, bro, to sell your Giga Chat at, and you're getting a shitload of alpha with Twinksters and myself, man. So moving on to the next token, it is the RH coin, which is none other than P Hex. On the chingastavato.
Yeah, so while you're pulling that up, like, just like what other channels are you going to go to where they're going to cover international travel and like diplomatic relations across multiple countries, fine spirits, genetic inheritance of drug resistance, how to achieve high scores in tests, firearms, boogie, fragrances. Yeah, like where else are you going to come? Like, this is your weekly variety stream.
Yeah, I concur with you 155% there, Twinksters. You know what I'm saying? So, there you go, cats. Make sure you guys follow the fucking video, bro. Why the fuck can't I find my Hex? Let us go over to Pulse Chain, bro, and then we'll migrate it over to Hex manually. Let's go over to motherfrickin' Hex. Let's go to Hex, son. Vamos a ver aquí. Hex on... Pulse Chain. I think this is it.
Yeah, it's Pulse X. Yeah, it's got the most liquidity, right? Yeah, that's the right one.
Vamos a ver. Okay, now we got a little bit bad news on fucking Hex, bro. And I'm assuming Pulse Chain's probably going in the same direction, which is absolutely fine, bro. And the reason we're getting a little bit of fucking bad news is because I did notice that we did have a little bit of a bearish pennant. You saw that we came down here. I drew up these orange lines that you have right there, and boom, we started dumping to the downside. And we even broke past the 200 EMA. And it may continue that way. And the next area of support we do have is shit. We might come into this fair value gap here, bro. And if you notice anything about this fair value gap, it is the weekly fair value gap. Where are we going to stop in there? Let's check. Let's see where we need to make a break of structure. All right. We've got 2 break of structures we would need to do in order for us to start stopping, bro. Of course, we could stop earlier, but I do have a candle, 2 candle bodies right over here. So we would need to get a break of structure right there at about 1 penny and about 14% of a penny. And then possibly another one over here at about 1 penny flat. Exactly. Those 2 may be areas where we can get a little bit more Hex, bro. Dude, like, I've already bought a shitload of fucking Hex, Twinkie. I bought a shitload of fucking Pulse Chain. Fuck, man, I don't want to get in debt anymore, bro, but I might have to, bro. I've already paid off my loans, dude, but I might fucking have to get more Hex, dude. The only thing I am hoping for, Twinkie, is that we don't see motherfucking Richard Hart in fucking handcuffs. As long as that doesn't happen, you and I are golden, and everybody else here is golden, because it's probably going to end up dropping this case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no bad time handcuffs, only fun time handcuffs.
Only fun time handcuffs. Now, let me grab my fucking motherfucking here my doggone let's see. Anything below 50%, anything below 50% is likely where we'll go to. We're already below 50%, so it's well within the possibilities. We might come down here to this area of about maybe 95% of a penny. I don't think it'll come down that low, and if it does, it'll probably be a wick, Twinkie. I think if anything, it'll probably touch the beginning portion of this fair value gap, go a little bit into there, and then just wick, and then continue to the upside, if anything. That's
where are you drawing that? Like 95% of a penny, what you're saying?
Yeah, down here, bro.
Yeah. We got decent resistance sitting on that level as well. So I can see that. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it would be good to go there. Let me turn off all my drawings and take it over to the weekly. And on the weekly, next area of support we do have would be here at about 65% of a penny. But I don't think we'll dive that low. And mind you, if you count the wick, it did beat out this area, but these are candle bodies though. So you're talking about 93% of a penny, give or take, bro. So that may be a good area to get some. Now, Twinksters, Pulse Chain or Pulse X does not have limit orders on it, does it?
Not that I recall. I know like Hexy's project, 9-inch supports some
9-inch.
limit orders.
Yeah, they may have some limit orders. That may be some good areas to set some limit orders here, bro, at about 95 to about 93%. I would go at 1 penny and then 95 and 93% of a penny, bro. Those are the two areas I'd probably set some limit orders to get more P-Hex, if anything, bro. Now, the reason I'm not showing you cats fucking Pulse Chain, bros, because, dude, we've ran pretty long for this fucking stream, dude. And Pulse Chain's pretty much following the same trend fucking Hex and Pulse Chain goes. Remember, Hex is a daddy, bro. Pulse Chain, even though it is the whole ecosystem, but Hex is the Bitcoin of the market in itself. You know what I'm saying? Because it is the Bitcoin. And
yeah, effectively it is. It's Richard's Bitcoin solution on that front. And I hear folks like talking about like, man, like, you know, buying the dip, right? Like, you know, at what point is enough? I know DCC was talking about this the other night. If Hex makes it through one more cycle, it's basically, you know, anointed, you know, goated as far as, you know, it now transcends into effectively a 3-cycle project.
There you go. That is true, man. And now, I got some good news here for Pulse Chain, bro. As far as the EMA ribbon goes on the weekly, bro, we're still pretty strong. So I think, I mean, if you look at this gap that we have right here, no, not a fair value gap, but if you look at the space that we have here, man, that you could print a candle right there, bro, and then use a wick to come down to these two areas, which I mentioned, which was 1 penny all the way down to about 95% of a penny, bro. So that's not outside of the realm of possibilities, monkeys. And then we'd probably start reversing to the upside. Again, we do have support still at about 95% of a penny, bro. I think we'll be good, man. I think we'll be good.
So I'll say this too, like aside from the two biggest communities as far as like the fierceness of the communities that I can think, you know, like for the circles I travel in, it's the Richard Hart, let's say Hex Pulse Chain community and the Giga community. Those two are the most rabid, feverish, like project, like aggressive in the belief in their projects. It's actually really impressive to watch on that. I actually got a very brief Hex chart I wanted to pull up for a hot second over here just to outline potentially what might be a different play for some folks maybe who are thinking about some things. So what we got over here is the Hex to Pulse ratio on this stuff. You can see again, Hex is reclaimed, basically, put in an all-time high. It's been floating around a high overall. It's not necessarily at its all-time high for the Hex to Pulse ratio. So in this particular case, you know, Hex is very strong in the ecosystem comparatively, even if the rest of the ecosystem is depressed. If you're thinking, not that I would ever advocate, you know, necessarily selling off my Hex at this stage, but if you're like, hey, I feel a little weaker in Pulse or maybe some other tokens, a ratio play might be an open opportunity. Personally, I would advocate instead of selling it into Pulse, if you're buying some comparatively cheap Hex at this point in time, maybe you want to buy some bags to stake them out, or you want to keep them liquid to build out your liquid bags because you believe ultimately Richard will get the all clear and ETH will pump a little later this year, and then, you know, we'll be millionaires and billionaires and buying states and yachts and whatever else.
Yeah, all that other fun shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait for that to happen, bro. Oh, I almost forgot, monkeys. Fragrance of the day, Aqua de Joe Essenza, man. You cannot go wrong with this one. The only setback is, bro, maybe once fucking Giga Chat gets to about 9 pennies and 50% of a penny, maybe get some of this, bro, because it is discontinued, my friends. Don't buy it yet. It's almost the time to get some. So just be ready for it, bro. This one is probably my favorite Aqua de Joe, bro. And the badass thing about it, if you live in a bigger city like San Antonio, Houston, New York, fucking Vegas, not a lot of people are rocking it because it is discontinued, man. So there you go, monkeys. Fragrance of the day. Shout out to motherfrickin' Centurion 54X. You came late to the show. You better replay gang this shit, motherfricker. And then we got Crypto Crossfire, my amigo. I don't see E-Hex dying at all unless Coffee gets a Magic Conjure 8-ball. Tell me about it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's all his fault.
Yeah, it's all his fucking fault, man. I didn't say hi, man, to some of the people here. Noble One, high scores, bro. He's referring to your fucking comment on
how I studied.
Yeah, I studied. And then Alchemist, much love, brothers. Much love.
Hey, what's going on, Alchemist?
How you guys doing? Again, monkeys, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I got Twinkie's information at the bottom, but nevertheless, he's going to tell us where we can find them at. Where is that, Twinkie?
Yeah, at Mr. Angry Twinkie on socials. I'm very active on Telegram these days with the Telegram chats. I've been, grinding on the AI agent meta. Again, I'll chill my list. Go follow my Twitter list if you're looking for some AI agent info and info plays. I'll hop on Saturday and just cover some of the resources I'm using to do my investigations. A lot of the key opinion leaders or key projects I'm following, again, that's in my Twitter list. But as far as the hows, whys, what kind of comparisons I'm making, I'll drop this little bit here. I've previously revealed it to, like the Citadel and but I did take a position in Imperial and Quant, that is KWANT. For an AI agent. And I'll say the reason I believe it is there are other things on the market that do similar things, but I think Quant is really comparatively undervalued. So it might be getting into the Pepsi or Coke side of the play. You're just picking the one that's maybe a little slipping under the radar. People aren't necessarily seeing it or paying attention to. Not life or financial advice, but I think it's very value priced and I'm willing to roll the dice on it. So yeah,
there's an AI play for you monkeys. You guys wanted that DGen AI play, just dropped it for you. Where else are you monkeys getting alpha? Subscribe to the channel, US_crypto_boogie. Same thing for Twitter and Instagram, man. And that basically covers us for today, Twinksters. You know what I'm saying,
let's get out of here, brother.
All right, catch you monkeys later.